Actually would enter off of Memorial Avenue where Gate 9 sits, literally very close to the axis of the driveway that you see here now. So that kind of works its way up, and there is a portico here, a roundabout in front of the building that would actually drop you off inside the building. In fact, there'd be a covered area actually out in front, a portico here that you pull your car under and can go inside. So let's talk a little bit about what the building represents. The yellow is essentially the generic exterior, as it were, of the building. The red right here is actually the outline of what would be the Hard Rock Cafe. And so when you get a chance out on your tour, stop there at that little tent. Elizabeth can tell you a little bit about the Hard Rock Cafe. The blue takes you down around the balance of the building. The blue actually represents the exterior of what would be the retail and entertainment galleria. 100,000 square feet of shopping, dining, entertainment, nationally known shops, some regional names as well, and that would all be a non-gaming experience. So you actually have in both the Hard Rock Cafe and in the Galleria there, non-gaming experiences. When you get around to the orange in the back there, that actually represents the footprint of what would be Hard Rock Live, which would be the 3,510 capacity live performance, music performance venue that also acts as an event space, can hold events and expositions and conventions and whatever else that there might be in that space there. It's interesting, we were actually on the site earlier today, and one thing that excites us about this project is the notion of between the Hard Rock Live there and its 3,500 seats and the Mallory Complex and some of the other buildings adjacent on the Eastern States grounds, you would have there essentially the largest connected footprint of exposition space between New York and Boston. And so it's actually from the perspective of an opportunistic business program, it's actually pretty interesting for all of us here on this property in this community. So that gives you a little idea there. All of what you see out here in the front would be surface parking, and there is structured parking as well. Structured parking is represented by the lime green footprint there. You're welcome to walk back there. We don't take the tour all the way back there, but you're welcome to look back there. That would be 2,400 spaces on 4 stories. Is that right, Nelson? I think that's right. 2,400 spaces on 4 stories. The other yellow there, again, is the exterior of the resort property. We have another station set up over there where you can stop and visit with some of our friends from Ty and Bond and their friends in the solar group. One of the exciting features we're proud of in this particular property is our commitment to building this to what is called a LEED standard. LEED is a qualification, a term for a particular type of environmentally friendly building. It's in the construction industry, in the real estate industry. It's a way to sort of reach a certification for building your building so that it minimizes carbon footprint and has a positive effect on the environment. So one of the things in particular that we've committed to there are the solar panels, which would actually sit on top of the parking garage. And it's pretty exciting. It would be one of the largest solar panel installations in Western Massachusetts. So.
Itself, there's a requirement for 10% renewable energy. Another is we're going for LEED Gold certification, so that drives a portion of it as well. So we need to improve upon Mass Energy Code by 20%. We're going to be going for the 30% green power, and then there's also a requirement for on-site renewables there. And then going through the MEPA process, the GHG, the greenhouse gas policy, requires us, to reduce GHG creation. So part of what we will do there is through the use of green power. So the plan of attack, I think you heard in the introduction that we're going to have a roof mount system on top of the parking garage. That's only part of the picture. There's no way we get to some of the 10%, 20%, 30% range with just that roof mount feature. So there will be a large. So if there's specific questions about the equipment, Andrew can probably answer those. But there's a mock-up of what roof mount might look like and what ground mount might look like. And ground mount would be something that we would have off-site. So they'd be significantly larger, probably something on the order of 1 to 2 megawatts for off-site generation.
Okay, so this would be the area where the Hard Rock Cafe would be. As you can see, it's a pretty large area defined by the blue tape, and we're heading over to where the performance area would be.
retail and non-gaming aspects of the resort really fit in with the Big E and the ESC on a general everyday basis. So really all you see, the blue here, which extends a little over to this side, and then the orange behind me, Tim will explain the Hard Rock Live venue in a little bit greater detail, but really it's about 100,000 square feet of retail and restaurant space. Kind of the heart of that section of the whole resort is the center stage area. Sorry, the wind's just enough to keep blowing these around. And really the idea of it is it's a kind of a courtyard with where they use digital mapping. So the idea is that they can really change the motif in the center stage seasonally, or for specific reasons like Inktober or other events that they're having, to try to keep everything fresh and kind of change the aspect and keep people coming to see what's new and kind of the fun and exciting things going on at the resort. I guess the other best shot here, Dan White for a second. This is the entrance to all of the retail space, which is going to sit right around this area. And the dome behind it is the center stage. And really the idea is that the rest of this is going to be a courtyard area. You will be able to drive over to the ESC and access it with your car and access some of the surface parking that's here and move around to the garage if need be. But really the idea is that this resort is family friendly. There's a lot more going on than just the casino, and really the idea is that the Hard Rock brand year after year is a proven global brand that is very exciting and really will draw not only Western Mass residents but tourists and visitors from around New England. And really the idea is to make sure that as gaming kind of proliferates throughout New England, that there's more to it and a very sustainable backbone, if you will, to the entire resort.